Parker, let's get heavy.
Let's get heavy.
Let's get heavy. All right. I jabbed you guys earlier, but I'm going to praise you now. Thank you for covering Let's Get Heavy. You guys were awesome. And thanks for the shout out for Pillars, which as of this recording, tomorrow is Friday, 8/14. And by the time this is released, Blind Lies will officially be out. So I appreciate the shout out. Thank you guys very much.
Remind
Travis,
us who helped you produce this. Give us a little backstory on who produced Parker.
Yeah. So same producers, Dan Thabbit, and eventually Alan will jump on and have his little add his touches to these once they kind of form into the fuller album. But Dan Thabbit, he produced the last song as well. He's been awesome to work with. You know, we kind of send ideas back and forth, and he's been greatly incredible to work with and greatly patient with us because, you know, this is really our first time working with a producer. So there's some, I guess, growing pains from our side, learning the process and whatnot. So Dan Thabbit of Liquid Studios, he's an incredible producer.
Who else has he worked with? Some pretty big names.
Alan's worked with Wage War is probably the name I drop the most when people ask me, but he's worked with some other bands as well. He's actually, you know what's crazy is we talked about the Dillinger Escape Plan a while back. He's actually produced the Dillinger Escape Plan before. Mastodon, Cannibal Corpse, the Black Dahlia Murder. He's kind of been all over the place. He is kind of the guy to go to when you're talking about heavy stuff. One of the gurus to go talk to when you're talking about these heavier stuff. So we're grateful to be working with Dan and Alan. It's been an incredible ride so far. We're only 2 songs in, but we've got a couple in the chamber, a couple new singles that are in the chamber that we're gonna come out with soon, hopefully. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Can't wait.
And like a whole different experience working with someone who knows their sound so much more than we even could have anticipated. It's incredible incredible learning experience. So go check the song out. And again, thank you guys for the shout out. And Travis, you did awesome with Let's Get Heavy. Yeah, whatever.
Parker's gonna be out of a job after that.
You're fired!
Yeah, Jason dubbed it the best Let's Get Heavy ever. So there it is.
I told Travis 5 minutes before the cast, oh, by the way, you're doing Let's Get Heavy today. He's like, okay.
Alrighty then.
I don't even know what I'm doing, so, you know, whatever.
That makes 5 of us.
Exactly. I only have a couple things today. I was looking all over. There's not a ton of stuff out, so...
It kind of was a slow news week for rock.
It really was. It really was.
That's okay.
I got a couple awesome new singles here, and they're both bands that I've always kind of held dear to my heart as I've dabbled through the heavy grooves. The first one is Like Moths to Flames. They just came out with a new single called Where the Quiet Devours Me, and we finally have an announcement on their EP. Their EP is called Does Heaven Ever Mourn for Me? And it's going to come out September 18th. They've been working very closely with a name that you guys might know, Landon Tewers. But he is the singer of The Plot in You. And so these guys have been working really close, and Landon is helping them produce this album, and it sounds really good. This song opens up pretty groovy in your face, and then they go immediately into panic chords. And it makes me so happy. Panic chords make me very happy. And it's this crazy panic chord riff kind of throughout the entire song. Is very Like Moths to Flames, and it's a pretty incredible song. I highly recommend going to check this one out.
Cool.
But none of you guys listen to Like Moths to Flames, so there's no extra commentary.
Some when we talked about them maybe a month or two ago, and it wasn't totally my thing. It was a little too chaotic, I think.
Okay, that is fair.
I might be able to get there. I was listening to it in the car, but I'll give it another
For
try.
people who are jumping into Like Moths to Flames for the first time, I would highly recommend going to listen to their album Dark Divine. It's a very good jumping in point. It's a little bit more soft and melodic. So you can kind of build from there and slowly get into their heavier stuff. But they've been really, really good at releasing heavy stuff, but then kind of toning it back more for a broader audience to listen to. And what I like about them is every album has kind of had its own tone. So somewhere in there, I'm sure people will find something that they could grasp onto.
Yeah. And I'm not a metalcore guy. I saw him live with you, Parker, and I had a great time. They're a fun band. They're pretty cool.
Yep. And Chris is super down to earth. I've said it before, Chris, the lead singer, he is always doing his own merch. He's always out there trying to meet fans. It's super cool to see lead singers and lead vocalists, even deep into their career, still doing the thing where they want to go meet the audience and hang out with the audience. It's awesome. The next band is Northlane. I talked about this band a little bit ago, and they had a single that was kind of not so Northlane called Evian. And it was very electronic, and they were kind of going a completely different direction. This song comes back, and it's...
You buffoon, you forgot to say the actual name of the song. The new single is Cut It.
It's more back to form, but it's still different. I listened to this song today, and I think, Jason, you listened to it with me.
I did.
And it was giving me Frankensong vibes. And what I mean by that is it felt like they had 3 or 4 different like late 90s and early 2000s vibes from bands like the Deftones is real heavy. And then they have this like Fred Durst, like kind of, what would you call it? Like a voicey scream, kind of like that voicey, rappy scream that Fred Durst made popular. And it combines into this amazingly very grungy metal song that features metalcore and all of these like early 2000s and late 90s vibes. And Jason encompassed it as kind of feels like newer Thornhill and the kind of stuff they're doing. If you would ask me who
it was and didn't tell me, I would say that's a Thornhill song because it's got that Deftonesy, doomsy, staticky guitar that Thornhill has. Is amazing.
Yeah. It's an incredible one. I highly recommend checking this one out. They have a new album coming out called Anomia. I can't remember how to pronounce this.
How you pronounce it?
The singing
version
you just did there was pretty impressive. Yeah.
Anomia.
Anomia is what it's called. Do you like my singing? Yeah, I like my singing.
Good.
Tough room.
It's shit.
Good callback, Travis.
You got to just tie it back.
It's shit.
Northlane,
I
feel like
I really should have had my keyboard synthesizer connected to that so I sound like Statica.
Right? Just need a little auto tune on it.
Robots masturbating, as Dave put it.
Yes. And misfiring, I think.
Did you know the album Statica by Avenged Sevenfold is sung by robots? And it's actually meant to be an artful statement about the state of the world and artificial intelligence. Let's talk about this some more. You weren't here last time, Parker, so now's your chance.
No. I'm going back to Northlane. I wanna bring it back to Northlane. The executive producer on this is none other than Jordan Fish.
Heard of him?
And
he's on everything.
We're getting fishy with this one. He is on everything. He's everywhere. So you like the fishiness? Anyway, you never really know what to expect with Jordan Fish. I feel like he's really good at producing very popular stuff, but it's never always the same, in my opinion. It's always kind of a little bit different here and there. You do get the Jordan Fish stuff, like, you know, with Architects and Bring Me the Horizon. Like, you do get that Jordan Fish vibe. I feel like every time he works with a new band, there's a little bit of a uniqueness stamped on to whatever he's producing. And so while it is kind of becoming a meme when Jordan Fish works with some of these bands, it's also kind of interesting and also builds some anticipation when these bands work with Jordan Fish, because there is a lot of uniqueness that comes out of these bands that you don't really see before Jordan Fish jumps in. Before they jump in the ocean with Jordan Fish.
We might have to do a Jordan Fish episode soon. To recap everything that he's been doing, because he's in everything.
Yep. Also, honorable note here, Buster Odeholm, which is a huge name in the djent, thal, death world. He is also helping mix these Northlane songs. So that is exciting for me. Buster is probably like mostly known for his band Humanity's Last Breath, but he's all over the place. You go into heavy music and you Google like metal drums or metal mixing, you're going to see Buster's name attached to all these what do you call them, drum packs and all that stuff. I can't remember exactly the technical term here, but he's got a ton of stuff out. I use one of his drum packs on the Pillar stuff, and he does a good job. I'll just put it that way. He does a real good job. So I'm very excited to see where this goes with Jordan Fish and Buster and all those guys helping this band out. It'll be an interesting album. I'll be excited to kind of hear the next singles that come out and see where this album goes, because it kind of feels like it's going to be a roller coaster of an album.